Super slow isometric training has its place, especially for joint integrity, tendon strength, and developing intense mind-muscle connection. Here I am in red learning this under my mentor, Steve Maxwell. However, this training is not everything, and it's usually not the focus of my personal training. Here are 5 points to consider when looking at super slow motion isometric training. Number 1 is the lack of dynamic transfer. Real combat, real fighting is explosive, it's reactive, it's chaotic. Unfortunately, super slow training, in contrast, it does develop tension and control, but it doesn't build speed, reflexes, or timing. It's a little bit like training slow motion for a sprint. You're missing an essential adaptation that you're going to need later. Number 2, minimalist carry over to power. So isometric holds, super slow training, things like this, they don't develop rate of force production. So it doesn't really matter what technique that you're doing. There's going to be an arc or a curve there where the technique will start slower, but it has power at the end. So the speed varies between the beginning and the end of the movement. Unfortunately, super slow training dampens all this by reinforcing braking instead of accelerating. So you actually have to brake your momentum when you're doing super slow training. This will get in the way of power transfer. Number 3, limited cardio demand. This is just not conditioning. So you're not working on building your gas tank bigger, stronger. So if all you do is slow and static, then that's how you're going to move. Slow and almost static. Number 4, it's boring in my opinion. I've trained like this for quite a while, but it's very taxing on the joints. It's also very hard mentally to just do slow isometric work. You're not meeting all of the body's demands, and as a workout, I just don't find it very interesting. Number 5, there's a false sense of skill. So isometrics can very, very quickly become a badge of discipline without any actual function. So martial artists need a variety of skills in order to fight effectively. And for sure, the ability to do something difficult like a 2-minute push-up or a 2-minute squat. These are definitely essential skills. You probably have to have these. But I'm not going to make this the centerpiece of my workout because there's a whole bunch of other things that we need to do. So just kind of wearing these as a badge that you can do a 2-minute push-up or a 2-minute squat or something like this, it's not enough. Super slow isometrics are a great tool for rehab, joint strengthening, bridging gaps, things like this. But they should be a supplement, not the core of a fighter's training. So what should you be adding to the isometric training? Picking heavy stuff up off the ground. Absolute strength is definitely important. You need to be progressively overloading the amount of weight that you can lift in all the major lifts. Number 2 would be explosive movements like kettlebell swings, cleans, and snatches. These are very easy to add, and they actually train explosive movement. Adding super slow isometric training at the end of your workout after your resistance training is how I do it, and that's what I recommend for you.